We live. We live now.
We're live now.
We live now.
I don't know the date.
It is the 4th.
I was going to say the 3rd.
What?
May the 4th be with you.
Today's March.
It
the 4th.
is. Oh, yeah, you're right. March the 4th be with you. Okay, everybody. It is 4 o'clock on March the 4th. Just scratch all that I just said. And 4 o'clock here in Alabama. And we hope the roof stays on during this live. It's not bad weather yet, but it's windy.
The wind is rough.
The wind is rough. And here's what's happening. If you needed to get a tree up, it's taking care of it for you right
rough.
now because the wind.
Rough. I want to show you. This was. Let me see if I still got it.
The wind is whipping. That's what we say here in the South. It's whipping. I don't know what it's whipping, but it's whipping.
Look, it's just constant. This was 23 miles an hour steady.
That's steady. What are the gusts up to?
I don't know. I had to go look on the other one. I'm guessing probably low 30s right now.
I think it's more than that because I tell you what.
Rough.
I thought my dog was going to take flight a minute ago.
It's rough out there now. It really is. It's rough.
Dee Dee's 9 pounds. And
yep.
That 9 pounds liable to lift up like the state bird at any time. And the state bird is not the northern flicker today.
Mm-mm.
Today, the state bird of Alabama is the Alabama trampoline.
Yes.
What happens?
Hope ours don't fly away.
Ours has never flown away yet, but it is staked down.
It is staked down, but you know,
most people don't stake them down.
I don't know how long them stakes can hold.
We're not going to talk about that. Ours is staked down and it's not going anywhere. But the state bird gets on the move. All right, so before I forget, I just saw Nick and Zoe on here, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to show y'all this in case you missed it.
What is it?
It's a post that Zoe made. Oh, that's not it. I screenshot it so I'd have it, and I guess I didn't screenshot it. Y'all just wait a minute. So this is all I'm going to show you. If I can get it right. Y'all. He thinks it's funny, and it's not funny. Not funny. My technology is not. I'm just going to show it the way it looks right now. This is what Zoe posted. I'm not cropping it. I'm not doing anything. It's called Cinco's birth story. So that happens at 5 o'clock. So as soon as we're over, you got to go watch Cinco's birth story that Tater.
That's today.
Not Tater. That Tater posted. That Zoe posted. Tater ain't had a calf.
That's today.
Yeah, that's today at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
So you got to go watch that.
She have a calf? Don't know.
Got to go watch. What a tease. Yeah, it's a tease. It's excitement. It's a tease. On Facebook goodness. Or YouTube. Y'all watch him on YouTube.
Yeah.
Watch him on YouTube. She probably post a link on Facebook, but it helps them out more if you watch on YouTube, just like it does us.
Facebook is not being creator friendly for everybody.
Right and now. Look at all those red YouTubes. Yes, buddy.
Facebook hasn't been friendly to us in 2 years.
Yeah,
we still do our lives and we still post on there, but they have just
we basically do it out of the goodness of our heart. We don't get anything in return, and that's fine because we're about making people smile.
That's right.
But it's not right on the other end. No. It's not fair, and it's not going to be for us to dwell on.
And that's why I just stopped putting the longer videos on Facebook. It's just too much trouble.
It's too much trouble.
Too much trouble.
And they reap benefits out of it.
Oh, they're getting the money. And then I get a copyright claim on every single, well, I won't say every single one, but 90% of the videos I'll get a copyright claim on. And then I have to file a claim and rebuke it. And 28 days later, that same video that I got the copyright claim settled, in 28 days, it does it again. So you can imagine if you know, you start posting that many videos, and so, you know, 1 or 2 videos is not that bad, but when you got to file a claim on 30 videos, and then the next month is 35 or 40, and the next month is 50, and it's all on purpose because they know you get tired of it. They just sit there and nickel and dime you to death, and you just say, you know, I'm tired of it, and that's what I've done. So, but we still post on Facebook, just not our long videos.
But we appreciate y'all following us wherever you do so. But it is better for us if you follow us on YouTube. And a lot of people have asked here recently, does it help you if we watch you on Facebook, or does it help you if we watch you on YouTube? YouTube. And they're both free to you. You don't have to pay anything either way. So if you can support us by watching on YouTube, it does help us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we appreciate it. It's it takes some getting used to if it's something new, because, you know, y'all just saw me having my technical difficulties, but you just got to practice until it makes it perfect.
Oh, it's crazy.
And you'll get it done.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But I do hope that this weather, I haven't been keeping up with it. We've been busy all day, and it's not supposed to get here until, you know, the bad stuff later.
8:30 is when Jason tells me to don't do this, but I put the radar in motion where I can see what time it says, and it shows 8:30 right on top of us. I think it's going to be about 8:30, something like that. And that's good, because
it's not at midnight.
If Catherine calls me one more time in the middle of the night telling me to wake up, we're going to have a problem. Y'all know I'm kidding. I appreciate her looking out for us, as well as Nick and Zoe and Jacqueline and anybody else that.
7 p.m. to 11 p.m. is our time range.
I think it's going to be gone by 9.
Okay, good.
It's going to hit us early and get out of here. And I hope nobody loses power.
I know. I hope everybody. I just saw before we came on that 15,000 people in Alabama have already lost power. So,
you know, when they were in the talks of this storm, they were saying that they were going to lose more power during this storm, more than the last storm, which was over 200,000 people in the state.
Because of the wind's so bad. And the wind was bad the last one.
Yeah, but see, the storm's not even here.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is pre-storm winds. So I went to town a little while ago for the second time today. That's a no. I do not do that. But I did it today.
Yeah.
And so I'm going, they're paving a road that I normally travel. So I go a longer route. And when I get close to where I'm going to town, somebody flashes their lights at me, and that usually means, you know, there's a policeman ahead. And so I told Mary Carl, I said, you know, that's nice of him to tell me the police is ahead, but what if I was a criminal? And what if I was like trying to avoid the law? I'd do a U-turn and I'd run, you know.
Right.
And so I was telling her all about that. Well, we get up there. I roll my window down. He's got his lights flashing, you know. I said, you need to see my license? He said, no, ma'am. There's a power line down in the road. That's why I'm sitting here.
Oh, goodness.
And I said, now, Mary Carl, now when somebody flashes their lights because there's a power line down in the road ahead, that's a good reason too, because they were telling me to slow down because there was danger. So, yeah, power line already down.
Wow.
And it wasn't even bad then.
Yeah, it's not.
So I hope Tony.
I know. I was thinking about Tony.
Catherine's husband, Tony.
And all the power companies.
All of them. I hope nobody loses power.
Isn't that the truth?
But Tony has had his share here lately. And we don't want anybody to lose power.
Somebody said March comes in like a lion.
That's exactly right. There's Michael Key. Michael better be able to fire that grill up tonight. I know that.
They better tie that taco truck down.
They better. Because if you can't cook on that grill tonight, you're going to be coming over here to get you some, aren't you? Some of those tacos. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hopefully it's not too bad.
So while I was in town, y'all, my child likes to go in it. And if I have a reason to go, then I like to fulfill her need to want to go. Said I'd been to town already this morning, but that was my fault. I had forgot something, a key ingredient in what I was making for dinner. So I went to town early this morning, but this afternoon I went and got, when I was getting my ingredients that I forgot, I got some ferns. And I got home with my ferns, and my mama said, I'm going to need some of those ferns. So I told Mary Carl, I said, if you're up for a trip to town, we'll go and get mama some of those ferns because they're going to be gone soon.
Yeah.
They were marked down a little bit. Well, Holly needed some dog food. So I made a stop at the feed store. And the feed store was the big box Tractor Supply feed store. So, y'all, I cannot tell you how many people in that store were waiting on chicks.
Really?
Chick days are here. So they got the corral set up. They got the bin set up. They've already been selling chicks, but they were sold out of chicks. But you could hear beep, 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 beep in the back. And I said to myself, I am disciplined. I am not even going to ask what kind of chicks there are in the back. Well, I didn't have to because somebody else said, do y'all have chicks? They said, yes, we'll be putting them out in an hour because they have to wait after they've been shipped in so many hours before they can put it on the floor. Yeah. So I said, I need some hooks to hang my ferns with. I'm going to go over, and I think my brain was trying to kill time while they put those chicks out. I'm not for sure. But I went and looked for the hooks, and they didn't. I needed black hooks, and it took me a long time to realize that they didn't have black hooks. All they had was stainless. I wanted black.
Yeah.
But by that time, here comes the buggy with the chicks, and there are. I bet you there was every bit of 8 to 10 people standing around waiting on chicks. Well, I already said I'm not getting them. I'm not getting any chicks. So it's written on the box. And the lady looked at me that worked there and she said, are you looking for something in particular? I said, no, ma'am. I'm just looking. And so I looked at all the labels on the box.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I mean, there was nothing that I was really had to have. Nothing that I really had to have. But something caught my eye. It was something I'd never heard of. So I put it in my Rolodex and I checked out and I went out to the car where Mary Carl was. And I said, Mary Carl, have you ever heard of a blue-legged beauty? And she said, what is that? I said, they had
never heard of a beauty.
Chicks in. So she's, oh, that's a such and such. I said, no, Mary Carl, it's a hybrid. Mm-hmm. Because I could pull that much up in the store, but I couldn't pull up the picture and everything. I pulled a description up. Oh, Mama, those are pretty. Mama, look. And she shows it to me. And I was like, those are pretty. Those are really pretty chicks. They look like they have one, like blue lace, red walnut pattern. Blue-legged beauty. Chicken now. Yeah. Get a good picture. Don't get any. No, you don't want that one. That's a Americano. Get one down.
Hang on. You just tell your story.
I gotta show you how to do it. So I was like, well, and I told her, I said, Mary Carl, there's a rule about chicks. And, you know, we've had, there's better pictures than that, but okay. That's it. You can show that one. That's fine. You see the lace pattern on it real good in that one. That's the one she showed me. Okay. I think that's a rooster, though.
No, it ain't. No. Go ahead.
Y'all look at that feather pattern. Isn't that beautiful?
It's pretty.
But here's a rule that I will tell you about chickens. So how long have we had chickens, Jason? 22 years?
Yeah, good little minute.
22 years worth of chickens. Been through a lot of chickens. Don't consider myself an expert by all means, but had a lot of chickens. Here's what you don't do. When they first put the chickens out and they first got off of their probation period from sitting in the back for an hour to make sure they eat and drink, don't buy those chicks. They've been in the mail. I mean, if you order them, that's one thing. If they come to your post office, you got to pick them up. You don't have any choice. But if you get them from the feed store, don't get them straight out of that mailbox container. You need to wait, and you need to let those chickens sit for at least 24 hours, in my opinion.
Your opinion.
Because
probably something's going to not make it, too. It's probably a lot of stress on them.
The strong will survive. I will say that.
So you could actually get a weak link in there, and a day or two after you got it, you know, it may not be around anymore.
You will have a lot better luck if you let them sit for 24 to 48 hours. Now, they may be sold out. But in my chick maturity days, I have learned that it is not worth my heartache to watch one not make it. It's more important to me to let that chick sit for 24 hours, 48 hours, and then make the purchase. So I came home. I didn't come home with any chicks.
They lay light blue or powder blue eggs too.
Mm-hmm. You don't need it. I didn't even read that part. I wanted to know what color eggs, but when Mary Carl showed me the picture, I said, I don't want to see anymore. It's a beautiful chicken, but I'm not buying them.
It is a pretty chicken.
Until they've sat there for 20. I'm not buying them. I'm not buying them. So,
blue-legged. They're starting to run out of names now.
They have cream leg bars too.
They starting to run out.
They had cream leg bars.
Did they?
Yep. They had California tans, which I don't even know what a California tan is. I didn't look it up. I know it's a hybrid, but that blue-legged beauty is a hybrid.
California tan. If we bought California tans, we'd have to get a rooster. And his name had to be David, after David Hasselhoff.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to have a Pamela for Pamela Anderson, because
yeah.
the California tan, it got to be Baywatch.
Look up what a California tan is. I don't know what that is.
They're starting to run out of
They
names.
had white-head leghorns. They have the oh gosh, what are the ducks called? The what's it called? Something 300. The ducks are no longer like the regular names. They're the laying ducks, you know.
Believe it or not, the California tan is a white chicken.
Is it a white leghorn?
It's a white chicken.
It's a
cross
hybrid.
Between a leghorn and a production red.
Huh, and it comes out white.
It has black flakes in it.
So it's polka dotted.
Kind of polka dotted. I'll show you one. They're not very pretty. Well, I mean, they're not ugly. That's a rooster. Right there. A young rooster. That looks fake, though, to me. That's probably some AI stuff right there. That's more like it.
Huh.
I got a feeling, though, they lay brown eggs.
I bet so, because, you know, everybody likes the white leghorn, you know what I'm saying. But they don't particularly want them to lay white eggs. A lot of people just say,
yep, brown eggs.
They want a brown egg. They think they taste better. Yep. They think the color of the shell determines the color of, or the taste of the egg. And well, I'm not going to say it don't, because if you think it does, then by all means eat those brown eggs, because
that's right.
If they taste better to you, then that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. So I'm pulling out of the driveway when Mary Carl and I left, and I had 3 dozen eggs in my hand. I had put some out this morning.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get these out before evening in case somebody wanted to have breakfast for dinner. Somebody pulls in the driveway. I recognized who it was. It was Miss Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought Miss Kathy was going to buy eggs from me. And she said, I got to ask you a question. And I knew then she didn't want my eggs. And I said, what? She said, I bought some of your eggs and I hatched them in the incubator. I said, did you? And she said, yes. She said, but I got to know, what kind of rooster do you have? And I said, well, I have a barred rock who's a full-size rooster. I told her a barred rock. It's a Dominicker. A Dominicker. That's Ryan the rooster. He's a Dominicker. He's not a barred rock.
Yep. Dominique. He's a Dominique.
Okay.
Yep.
I told her wrong. I'll have to tell her that. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking of the pattern is what I was thinking of.
He's got the pattern, but he don't have the right comb for a barred rock. He's got that beautiful rose comb.
So.
And we got, what's the other one?
Well, here we go. So then I said,
what is that other?
I don't know what that other one is, but y'all, so I had Jacqueline. Do y'all remember when Jacqueline gave me the chicks that laid the dark eggs?
He's got to be Moran then.
No.
The rooster?
No, I gave him back to Jacqueline.
We got another rooster in there.
He's not. He's like a pendant stinker or something.
Okay.
So Jacqueline gave me some chicks that she hatched out. She gave me some olive eggers and she gave me some really dark Moran chicks. And she sexed them herself. Now, she's no expert and she admits that, but she thought that she was doing the sexing correctly. But however, I only ended up with a Moran rooster out of the bunch. I didn't get any Moran hens. I got Moran olive eggers. It was fine. I tell Miss Kathy, well, I did have
Splash.
a Moran rooster in there. And she said, I said, how long ago was it? And she said, well, it was at least 3 weeks ago because I've already hatched out. I said, yeah, he was in there then.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, okay, so some of them are going to have him as the daddy. And I said, yeah, but I gave him to Jacqueline because Jacqueline needed a additional rooster to lay the dark colored eggs so she could, sell hatching eggs. And he's one of hers, so she knows it's good bloodline. And she said, what else do you have? I said, well, there is a little neck and neck rooster in there that when Mary Carl and I were going around making sure we had caught all the chickens, that were hens, to put them in there, that we put them in there. And he turned out to be a he instead of a she.
Right.
And she said, that's what I wanted to know, because 2 of them are neck and necks. And I said, well, Kathy, he's not that big. I said, he's not like a teeny tiny bantam, and he's not a full-size rooster either. And she said, but he's got friends.
You know what? I thought you was fixing to say something.
What?
I thought you was about to say, if that little fella can do it, Ferdinand can do it.
Well, you're on to something, because that didn't cross my mind.
I didn't.
But you're right. I mean,
if he can do it, and little Ferdinand, he may have.
So as far as I know, there are 3 roosters in there now. There's Ryan.
Yeah.
There's that one that we don't know what he is.
I don't know what he is.
And
he's not a Pennasinka.
He's something. He's beautiful.
He's pretty.
They all get along. And then there's the little neck and neck. And I told Kathy I was going to take a picture of him and send him to her.
He's
because,
not pretty.
He's not pretty,
he's
but
not pretty,
he has he has a sea bright comb. Do you know what a sea bright comb looks like? And he has like it's a black and white pattern. He's special. I'll say that. He is special.
I will say this, that almost all of them are not that breed or Turkin or whatever you want to call them. They're not pretty chickens.
No.
They're not pretty chickens, but they are very docile, very friendly, and they lay a lot of eggs.
Well, I have just named that other pretty rooster that we don't know what breed he is.
Yeah.
We're just going to call him Mike, and I will leave it at that.
Okay.
We're going to have Mike and Ryan. Okay?
I just caught that.
Okay. That's all I needed to say. I've never called him Mike. You always call him Mike. I call him Michael. So when I go out there, I'm going to call him Michael. You can call him Mike all you want to, but I feel more comfortable saying Michael.
Mike. Look at Mike. Said we should name him Mike.
Well, I know. That's why I said
That's why you said it. I thought you didn't see that.
No, I saw it.
Mike.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Michael must not be that magic, because she didn't want to know what breed he was. She wanted to know about the neck and neck and the Dominique.
The Dominique.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the Barred Rock.
Not the Barred Rock. So I don't know what he is, Michael, but I'll figure it out. He's a full-blooded something.
He's full-blooded. I just don't know what he is.
I'll
probably take a picture of him and reverse search it. How about that?
That stuff.
I may call that one. I may call him Magic Mike.
You think?
Yeah.
I lost my list of. Well, that's what somebody said. And
Magic Mike?
Yeah, Magic Mike. Magic Mike.
That's
See,
what there
Rory
it is.
said it too.
Magic Mike.
There was a guy that said Magic Mike, and it wasn't Mike. I just thought that was funny that little fella, out of those, it would have been 4 roosters in there, that she got 2 that were his offspring.
That is pretty
something. That's
what's crazy is all of them get along. You know it?
They do. They all get along.
That's crazy.
I told her, I said, they all get along. I said, otherwise they wouldn't be in there.
Yep. They all get along, which is really, really crazy.
And that's why we keep them, because the roosters are so, they're such guard dogs.
Yep.
I mean, I don't want anything to happen to any of them, but I will tell y'all that rooster, he lets out his crow, and not crow, but squeal, and the hens take off. They know that there's some reason to be concerned. And usually the rooster gets got before the hens do because of that. So I don't want to lose any of them, though.
No, Benjamin, Brooke has no clue who Magic Mike is. I can tell you. She has no clue.
It sounds pretty, though. Don't it?
It sounds pretty.
It sounds pretty.
It sounds really pretty.
Oh, man. Magic Mike. Magic Michael. That sounds like a cereal, doesn't it? Magic Michael.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So,
Michael said you're gonna learn today.
I reckon I am, Michael.
Oh me.
Oh my goodness.
So Magic Mike is he's a really good dancer.
Oh.
Yeah, like Chippendales dancer.
Oh.
It was a movie.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh man.
Not our Magic Mike. Not our Magic Mike. Our Magic Mike, I don't know what his body looks like now, but I know at one time, and Michael, I'm probably fixing to make you blush because.
Oh, well, you get me confused now. You talking about the rooster? You talking about Michael?
I'm talking about Magic Michael. This is what he used to look like. Magic Michael.
Oh, man.
Now, mind you, I've seen him without a shirt on, not on the river, whatnot. And he used to be very muscular.
It is.
I don't know what he looks like now, but he used to. He might have used to be in the movies.
He might have been.
Mm-hmm. So we have a new name for a chicken.
Oh goodness.
I can't think about that though. No. So y'all, eggs are crazy.
They're crazy.
Eggs are crazy, and what's crazy about it is, you have your normal customers that buy eggs from you.
Just put it to you like this: word has got around in this area that we have eggs for $4 a dozen.
Yeah, it's going a little crazy.
I keep waiting for some days to be like a Black Friday sale.
I'm telling y'all,
there's people waiting.
There's people waiting up at the gate, and
for a long time.
For a long time.
A really long time.
A really long time. And we're getting messages as to what time do you put the eggs out. I will be there if you'll just tell me what time. On average, do you put the eggs out? And it's just gotten.
I felt sorry for the lady yesterday. She just missed it. And we only had 2 dozen yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
But she was, bless her heart, she was as pregnant as Cinco. She was.
You could say tater, but that's a bit much.
She was, bless her heart.
I didn't see
I felt so sorry for her, and I said, I'm so sorry. She said, that's okay. I missed it. It's like, yeah. Yeah. And we don't like telling people
to be here at 10 o'clock because we can't guarantee it. We don't have time to sit out there and meet somebody.
Yeah.
It's when they go in the cooler, it's kind of like whoever gets there first gets them.
It's just that's what I started telling Brooke. Everybody sends you a message, just tell them it's first come, first serve, because we can't show one person, we just got too many people wanting eggs, and you just can't tell somebody, oh yeah, we'll set you these and you be there at this time. It's
not fair. We just want to be
fair for whoever. And then plus on top of that, there's no way we could keep up with it all.
No, I mean, it's multiple messages a day, and
it's crazy.
And I can't possibly respond to all of them, much less meet somebody and say, well, are you the one I talked to earlier? Or
That's
is it you?
Yeah.
So you just have to do the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all anybody can ask. I just hate it to come to this.
Kent Family Farm wanted to know, why did they change the name from Dominicker to Dominique? I think it's always been Dominique. I think it's a slang thing, and I think it's a Southern thing. And I may be completely wrong, or a country, maybe not Southern, maybe just country folk farmer type thing.
My mama all had chickens.
I think it was just slang from our grandparents or whatever. I think they've always been called Dominiques. I may be wrong on that, but that's just what my gut tells me, is that you know how us country folks are.
Yeah, that's right. My mama called them Dominiquers and Dominicker.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of what comes out of my mouth because of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's wrong. I just think that it's not what everybody recognizes it by anymore. I don't know either.
They say Dominique in Indiana. Yeah. I've always, heard them as, Dominickers, not Dominiques, but it is.
That's right.
Hickey.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that person said that $3.29 for a dozen eggs.
In Ontario.
Oh, it's in Canada. They.
Look here. Matter of fact, Jay. I don't think I did respond back. He sent me this today. There's $6 for your regular old styrofoam blue dozen blue carton eggs.
And those
at
are
Walmart
Walmart brand.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Jason and I got to go to Publix.
Oh, we did.
Our child chose to sit in the car. And I sure was glad she did too, because I did not want to feel rushed. I turned my phone on silent and I said, if she tells me to hurry up, I'm just going to not even know about it. But we went in Publix and Jason and I started at opposite ends of the store. And we met on opposite ends of the store. So we covered the whole store. And I took a peek at their eggs.
Yeah.
And they were right at $10. But that was organic. 10 dozen. $10 for organic dozen. Yes, the BOGO said they love the Publix BOGO. Jason had he had his arms so full. I had the buggy. And when I finally met him in the middle of the store, he had so much stuff in his arms, y'all. I don't know how he was walking.
I did.
And I said, you need to use my buggy.
Y'all, every time I go in that grocery store, I just feel like I'm a kid again. It's just like a grocery store was when I was a kid. The only thing is, if they start using paper bags.
They do use paper bags.
I thought the bags unloaded
They were plastic, but you can ask for paper.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I mean, they have a bagger. They have a cart person. They bring your groceries up. They bag them for you. And I'm willing to bet that they will take your groceries out to your car.
Oh, they always ask.
Yeah.
It's just like it was when I worked at the grocery store in 1995.
They even had, you went over there and said, Jason, and you were already checking out.
I was checking out. I said, you got to go back.
Jason, they have a magazine rack.
Ow, not rack.
And I said, what? Yeah. They even have the magazines, just like they did when I was a kid. And I went over there and I couldn't look at them too long because you were checking out. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to leave you over. I didn't see any Kung Fu magazines, though.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
What about Magic Mike?
No, I didn't see Magic Mike either.
I just had to throw that in there just in case.
Oh, I did see some Hot Rod magazines.
Did you?
Yeah, I was looking at some of those.
Well, when I went past that aisle, I mean, I don't go in there very often. When I do go in there, I'm after usually something specific. So this day, I was determined that we were going to stroll because we had gone to the big city for Mary Carl's purpose, and she had done what she wanted to do. Yep. So it was time for her to wait on her parents, and she didn't object.
She didn't mind at all.
She didn't object, and I said, I'm turning my phone on silent, and I'm not going to be disturbed while I'm shopping, and we weren't. I saw that magazine aisle, and I said, I've got to tell Jason about this because I didn't even realize it was there. I did not even realize the magazine aisle was there until.
It was okay.
What day did we go? Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
Yeah, it was Sunday because you finished editing early so we could go to Publix.
I did. I had finished editing early so we could go Publix. That's usually our date night.
Yeah, well.
We go hang out at Publix.
With our child sitting in the car. That's the way it goes. It's okay. She can wait.
Oh, man. It is awesome, though.
Yes, it is. It is just, it's just like the old times. And I
wish. It's really cool.
I feel like they should. I appreciate self-checkout when it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 items. But when you got a buggy full of groceries, I don't want to put all my stuff up on the belt and then go to the other end and scan it and bag it and put it in my cart.
What's crazy to now, and I told you this the other day, is that, some stores, one of ours is they starting to take away the self-checkout or.
You know why?
Yeah, for stealing.
Well, and they say they don't have enough employees too.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what it is. We first think stealing, or they have limited the self checkout. Is what they're doing.
They cut it out at Dollar General altogether here.
And so, here it is when they started doing it, everybody was upset about self checkout because, you wanted somebody to do it. You're not paying me to check out my own groceries. And then, of course, everybody gets used to doing it. So everybody wants to do it now. That's what you're used to. And then all of a sudden they've taken it away. And then people are fussing now because they had to stand in line.
Y'all, it was so aggravating. What did we go in there for the other day? And there was no self-checkout open whatsoever. We had to go through a cashier.
And there wasn't even 10 items or less open.
No.
That's what was frustrating because we only had a few.
So all the lines were backed up, into the store. And it was a weekday. It was not a weekend.
Well, it was because they only had like 3 cashiers open. But I guess it's because they don't have any help.
I don't know what the problem was, but I don't know where I was going with this either.
I don't know. I got a feeling that Publix, I bet they treat their employees well.
Well, they would have to. I just kind of get a good vibe about that store.
Because every time we've gone, there's always a lot of cashiers, and they have baggers. I want to say bag boy, but I guess you can't do that now. Get baggers.
Yeah, that's sexist.
And so, yeah. That reminds me. So I got out of school.
You did?
High school.
Mm-hmm.
And got a job at Winn-Dixie. I
told Mary Carl this the other day.
Got a job at Winn-Dixie. And Winn-Dixie was open 24 hours a day.
No.
Yes, it was.
They worked 24 hours a day.
This one was open late. I wasn't going to be a stalker. I was going to be the bag boy. So, and that's what they called them, because all the people that bag groceries were young men. And all the cashiers were females. Every one of them.
I'm trying to think if there was any guys that were cashiers.
No.
When I worked there.
So when I went in there and I had to go watch the films and what do you call that? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the pre-enrollment.
Yeah, and so
pre-employment.
So I had to go. It was all about. They didn't even ask me. I didn't watch anything about being a cashier. There was nothing about cashiers. Strictly bagging, and was teaching me how to bag groceries. And of course, the people in the video was a guy. It was all men, and all the cashiers were ladies.
And all my bag boys were boys.
Yes. And I remember asking, why come guys can't be cashiers too? And I got the ugliest look. I did. I got the ugliest
I never thought about it then, but now that you say it,
orientation. You're right, Carla. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, back then there was no male cashiers, and there were no female baggers.
Yes, and this would have been in 1994.
Yeah, this would have been
95, 96, something like that.
No, 90. I graduated in 93, so it would have been 93 or 94.
I thought you tried to get a job at Winn-Dixie when I was working at the other one.
This was before that.
Okay.
This would have been my first job right out the gate.
Okay. But I remember it, so we were dating.
Yeah. So it would have been right when it'd have been 93. Anyways, so this was bad of me back then. I never would do this now, but so I got hired, went through orientation, and then they posted the schedule out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I walked up to my key was clean machine.
I was going to say Magic Mike was at the clean machine.
Washing them cars.
93 without a shirt on.
I bet he was getting some tips. So I walked up to the schedule and I'm looking down there. And I had to be there at 12 a.m. And I said, I'm not doing this.
I remember how mad you were.
I'm not doing this. I'm not coming in at 12 a.m. to bag groceries. And I was going to college too.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it and go to school the next morning at 7 o'clock.
Oh my, this is crazy. So right there, I turned around and the assistant manager just had put the thing up there, and she was standing right there. And I turned around and I said, "Ma'am," I said, I hate to do this, but I'm not gonna be able to work here." She was not happy with me at all.
Well, they didn't do what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, there was some, that was not what I was told. I don't know, anyways. And I was 18, and
Yeah, but you know what, Jason? So you did that at 18.
I did.
And then you did the thing at the college, the 4-year college where you and I went to register
Yep.
for classes.
Yep.
And it was ridiculous.
Yep.
We had a little problem there because we were told to register on this day and they let people skip us in line.
Yeah.
And you got angry.
I did.
But I'm gonna tell you, today, if that happened,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be the one to get angry,
Mhm.
not you. You would be the one to tell me, Brooke, it's okay. Life's too short to worry about such things. Just don't worry about it, sweetheart. Life's too short. Am I right?
Probably.
The tides have turned.
Probably so.
I would never have done what he did in that college. It needed to be done.
Yeah.
But it's just the opposite. My fuse has gotten shorter to where I figure I just ain't gonna put up with no mess no more,
Oh, it just depends on, but yeah, it is. Just let it just blow away.
This morning, this is an example, and y'all want to hear about good Jason today. I mean, good Jason's always good. I don't mean to act like he's not, but so this morning we're getting our coffee drink, having our morning conversations, and I am starting to prepare dinner early. I'm not gonna tell y'all what we're having for dinner, but I was cutting up the meat for the dinner.
Yeah.
And my husband says, "What can I do to help?" And I said, "Well, you can grab 5 carrots out of the refrigerator and peel them and slice them." And he did just that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got finished, he said, "What else can I do?"
Try it.
And I said, "Absolutely nothing. Thank you."
Well, that's how you stay at the doghouse.
Well, yep.
That's how you stay at doghouse. Right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, Jason.
And look here, you're bragging on me. And so now I got, if I want to watch a football game or basketball
game. I don't ever say anything about that. I just leave. I just tell you I'm going to Tractor Supply and I might come home with some chicks. That's all I tell you. And you don't say a word because you're watching that football game. Yeah. Betty Lou said it's called menopause, Brooke.
Might be right.
Oh goodness! Well, Jason went through his early because he's over it. He's just a nice guy now.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a nice guy. Oh, somebody said my blouse was beautiful. Thank you. This blouse was in the box to be taken back to Duluth Trading.
Yeah, you said, Jason, I don't know if I like this thing or not.
To me, y'all, it was a little busy.
And so it's just put it on. Let's see. It may look different on.
And I have been told 10 times today by only my husband, which is fine. I don't want other men telling me this, that I looked hot. So the wind's blowing and the temperatures are warm, but he's telling me I'm hot. And it's got to be something to do with the squirrels and the quail.
It's pretty.
It's kind of grown on me. I've decided, when I first put it on, I said, I can't wait to hear what Mary Carl's going to say about this.
What'd she say about it?
I just knew that she was going to say, that is the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-mm, she likes it.
She said, "Ooh, Mama, that's cute."
Mm-hmm. She likes patterns.
And I said, "Thank you."
She likes patterns.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's a pattern girl.
Yes. It's really fall looking, I think. If you saw, it looks Hawaiian looking, but speaking of Hawaii, our friends are in Hawaii.
They are in Hawaii.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
But talking about, this is what happens when you peel the carrots. So the other day, there's a store that I've been dying to go to.
Oh, this is carrot peeling at its finest.
Dying to go to here in our little town, and I just haven't had a chance. And so me and Mary Carl, we had you didn't feel good, didn't you?
No, I felt fine. I was on my tractor.
Oh, so she wanted to go to town. I said, "Well, girl, come on, let's go to town. Yes. I'll take you to town." We had a good time. We went and got boba tea. And
No, we in the boba tea.
we did
She got
everything.
boba tea.
You know, the Mary Carl stuff. We went and got some boba tea, and we went thrift storing, and then she said, "Okay, Daddy, I needed to go to O'Reilly's," and she went in O'Reilly's with me. And then I said, "Mary Carl," I said, "I want to go by this store." And so we stopped by there, and it's called
Suits Me.
Suits Me, and it's a men's Western store, Western wear.
And not only is it Western wear, it's called Suits Me for a reason, because they
rent tuxedos and stuff.
Rent suits and tuxes and such as that.
So we went in there, and
I don't know if they rent them or if they just sell them.
I think they rent them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to get it wrong.
And they had the coolest jacket in there, and it was on sale. And I almost bought it, and I thought, no, I better not buy it. It's probably get dirty, and so I didn't buy it. And so I left out of there, and the lady that owns the store is the nicest lady, and it is the coolest store. I'm talking about cool. I mean, they got leather belts and cowboy hats and belt buckles and leather. It's a man's store.
And we always see it come up on our Facebook because we follow them on Facebook and they post a lot.
They do post a lot. So
Jason's told me forever, I want to stop in there one day. And it's every time we go by, we're on a mission. We're in a hurry.
Well, it's a look. Well, it's
right in the middle of town. So
it is.
I don't know what our excuses are, but he had never been in there.
So it is the coolest store. And so she had some winter stuff on sale, and Wrangler, which I love the brand Wrangler. I got Wrangler jeans on right now. And it's this jacket. I was like, man, I love this jacket. But I didn't get it this morning.
No, he came home and he was telling me about
the jacket.
And I said, well, Jason, you should have got it.
And then I felt like I should have got the jacket.
So after he told me about it, I said, you should have got the jacket. You should have got it. And he said, okay, well, maybe next time we go to town, I'll stop in there and get it.
And this morning, I thought to myself, man, I wish I'd have got that jacket. If we go to town today, I'm going to get this jacket.
So I went to town. I told y'all I went to town with Mary Carl for the second time. And I told Mary Carl, do not let me go home without stopping at Suits Me. And she said, why? And I said, do you remember that jacket that Daddy said he liked? She said, oh, yeah. And then we pulled up in the front of it, and she said, Mama, do you need me to go in? She had a wet head. She had washed her hair before we left. And I said, no, I don't need you to go in. I think I'd know which one it is. And so the owner met me at the door, and she said, you're here to get that jacket, aren't you? And I said, yeah. She said, I don't know why he didn't get it the other day. And I said, I don't either. So here he is. He's not Magic Mike. He is Magic Jason.
Check this thing. It is suede. It is. Look at this. You really can't see it good.
You can't see it good.
But it is a cool jacket right here.
And y'all, here's the best part. When he told me about it, he told me it was on clearance because they're out with the old and in with the new. And I said, well, how much was it? Are y'all ready for this? $35. And here's the picture of it.
Right here.
It is a limited edition Wrangler jacket that was, how much was it? $169.
Look at there.
Look at that. Now that's Magic Jason right there.
I love the jacket. And man, this thing's gonna be warm. What you talking about?
So $35, you can't beat it. And he was so excited when I didn't tell him until I got home.
I'm editing tomorrow's video.
Yeah.
And you said, I got something for you.
I'm standing downstairs with it, holding it in my hand, and he's editing. So it took him what seemed like 15 minutes to get to the balcony. I said, Jason, you got to hurry up. I can't hold this thing much longer. And finally he got over there and he was like, oh my God, thank you so much.
This is, man,
it's
hot.
Nice.
It's hot.
It's hot. But y'all, it's long. Not super long, but it is let me see it, Jason. You just don't get the whole gist of it by him
That's why I
showing
wanted
it.
to show
Look
the
at that.
picture of the.
I mean, it's long and it's got these nice big pockets and wooden buttons.
Yeah, it's
That
awesome.
makes a fine looking man right there. So you peel the carrots and you get you a jacket
That's
in
right.
return. I don't know if they have a women's version as well because that
I don't
store.
know.
Oh, Dee said they have a women's version.
Oh, the store is a men's store,
It is a
Yeah.
men's store, but
and that may be a reason why we ain't going in there either, because it would be just for me only.
yeah, but they have good stuff in there. So if you're local, and you need a jacket, go in. Suits me because they've got a whole rack. I should have screened.
And everything's
$35
on that
y'all.
rack. It is 30. Oh, they got a Facebook page.
I know. I was gonna pull up that particular rack. They got a bunch of denim.
Wrangler jackets.
Jamie's page came up. Suits and boots.
Me too.
They've got a whole rack of these jackets.
Yeah, they are.
Everything on that rack is $35.
That's it.
And it's denim. It's flannel. There's Jason's jacket right there.
That's it. That's how I knew it was there.
There's some sweatshirts. There's some zip ups.
All
Oh,
the
look.
winter stuff.
All that. She said, Jason also liked this vest right here,
I did.
but I didn't have it in his size.
The vest is what I like too.
So there's a lot of medium stuff,
That's
and
right.
Jason's a medium. So, yeah, but they're very, very nice. So if you want to follow their Facebook page, it is under
Suits me.
SUITS me men's clothing and accessories. It looks like that at the top.
Yeah, it's got a little tie.
We got a little tie.
And their logo really is super nice, and they had the
Look at there.
cutest little puppy in there.
The top thing, winner, $35. Your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal, huh?
Good deal.
Catherine, I thought about Tony when I went in there, but I didn't want to. I knew that you could probably get by there, and I don't know about a website. I just know about their Facebook page.
I think they got a Facebook page.
I don't know
I don't
that they
think they got a
ship.
website. I don't know if she ships either. You can
Um,
call her though.
Yeah, you could call her and see if she ships. But super nice. And tell y'all something that happened that was funny when
I clicked on website and it goes straight to their Facebook page. So that's what she uses for a website. And it's
Yeah.
a little bitty family owned store.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
So I go in and the dog meets me at the door, and the dog's a rescue. She's right at a year old. I can't remember her name, but I'm a sucker for dogs. And I told her, I said, if I had known there was a dog in here, I'd have been coming here. Even though it's men's clothes, I just love to visit with a dog. And she said, well, you're in the right place, because she loves to be visited with. So I play with the dog for a good little while, and she and I start conversating, and the dog knew that Mom was occupied. So while Mom and I were talking, the dog walks off, and she doesn't even realize it. When I came in, the owner was sitting over at a little area having lunch.
Yeah.
And I said, don't get up. Let me just go over here and look, and you can finish your lunch. I'll play with the dog. And she said, she said, no. And she stood up and she sat her lunch down. So when I started talking to her, that dog knew she set her lunch down. And here come the dog with a chicken tender about that long hanging out of her mouth. She got her lunch. And she said, I was going to give you one, but I wasn't going to give you one near that size.
Oh man, a little sneaky.
Yes, so she got her bite before Mama gave it to her.
That's hilarious.
Oh
goodness.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice store. We love our community, and we just want to support them in every way possible. Well, little independent stores.
Well, we did yesterday too, because we went to one of our favorite. I guess it's a flea market. You know what you would call it?
It is a flea market.
And it's called, and if y'all saw my stories on Instagram or Facebook, YouTube don't have stories no more. They've quit doing them. I don't know why, because I like them. I was modeling for Catherine yesterday. Too bad I didn't have my jacket.
Yeah, it is. So should I show this first?
Yeah, you show it.
So Catherine collects. She collects vintage Pyrex, and I can never remember the pattern. And so I go in my search bar and I type in Pyrex, and it came up Catherine's message, and she said it has to say Pyrex in all caps on the back because I didn't want to bother.
Yep.
And so I start looking at the Pyrex stuff, and all that I saw had Pyrex in capital letters. So I start taking pictures of it.
I was trying to be a QVC model,
and I couldn't take.
I don't think I pulled it off though.
I couldn't take a picture good with the bowl just sitting on the shelf, and so Jason,
I was trying to model the.
So I'm sending these pictures to Catherine, and I'm telling her the price of whatever it is, and I said without the man, and this one right here is such and such dollars.
You can see how I mean that one's pretty good there.
That's without the man.
I don't know what that was, but that didn't sound good.
No, you ain't gotta go see. That's without the man too. That was something breaking. We don't know what.
We don't know what happened. Hope it wasn't a Pyrex. It's not here, is it?
It's in the car. You might want to check. Oh goodness, y'all. So this is something else that was in there. I did get a couple of pieces for Catherine that she wanted, but this was something. This is vintage Pyrex. What was it, Jason?
Dee bowl.
Oh, Dee Dee's bowl. This was something else. Vintage Pyrex. And I think that's all. But come to find out, that pattern is very sought after, and it was something that Catherine wanted. So I'm glad I was able to pick it up for her. She doesn't have it yet. She doesn't have it in her hands yet. But she will soon as we can get ourselves together. Have y'all ever seen anything such as that? That is very interesting to me. This is the clock.
Oh,
isn't that very interesting? I've never seen anything of the sort.
So when I saw that clock, and I said, "That's Mary Carl right there all day long. That's Mary Carl," and it said MCM vomit clock on there, and that's what they're called.
Vintage MCM vomit clock.
And they call it that because.
Well, you can go and figure out yourself. I've never seen anything like that.
I've never heard, but look at people are saying on there. They know about them.
Well, she just loved it. So here's something that I found that I said
it needs to be cleaned. It's bad.
That wasn't a plate. Thankfully, that was my phone.
But it is a cast iron. What would you cook in
muffin
that?
tin, cornbread. I'm gonna cook cornbread.
Like cookies. But yeah, if you saw, I posted this. There were a lot of people saying, "Did you actually get this?"
Yes.
And I did get this because
it was very reasonable. It was $10, and that to me is very reasonable for that pan.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, but not as good as this one. Did we show this one? We ain't shown this one.
No, you posted it, and people were floored at the price.
Yeah, this one is a number 5 Griswold. Maybe you can see it there.
It came from the Goodwill
for $3.99, and it's got some rust. It needs to be cleaned up, but
a bundt cake tin.
I didn't think it was muffins. I was thinking some type of dessert. So,
tart pan.
Yep.
Well, needless to say, I thought it was pretty.
This one was made in Erie, Pennsylvania. We had a lot of people when I posted this that lived in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
You know. Yeah, I'm backed up. Gotta get going.
Gotta get going.
Gotta make my new tank. I'm fixing to make my new bigger tank.
So Catherine collects Pyrex and Tony collects cast iron, and I don't really collect anything.
Chickens.
Oh, Jason. Well, we got to hurry up because there's a video that we want y'all to watch that I told you I would remind you again.
Oh, it's coming
It
out
comes out at 5 o'clock, and you're not going to want to miss Chestnut Hills Farmstead's newest video. It is about Cinco, and you just have to go see for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Tater is still pregnant. Tater did not have a baby. So go watch Cinco. And we got to know before we go.
What's for supper?
What's for supper? Now, Jason helped me slice the carrots. Are there any ideas as to what? I said I was chopping the meat. And Jason was chopping the carrots. What are we having? Along with what are you having?
What are we having for supper?
What are we having for supper? Temperatures don't fit this, what we're having. But I guarantee it's going to eat good.
Stew.
Yeah. Who is that?
Bunch of stews.
Yep, y'all, it's beef stew, and I think it's going to be really good. I'm hungry right now. I'm going to make us a pan of cornbread in my non-stick cast iron. It's not non-stick like factory coating. Well, I guess it is. It's non-stick from...
I'm the factory.
Magic Jason. It's I see lots of pizza,
Mexican tater tots. That sounds good.
It does sound good.
I'm a sucker for tater tots.
Look at there.
Sucker for tater tots.
Breakfast.
Potato soup.
Maybe she came by our stand earlier and got those eggs for her breakfast.
Maybe so.
Hamburger steak. Steamed shrimp. Oh my goodness, y'all.
Homemade pizza yesterday. I love homemade
Mexican
pizza.
Cornbread. Oh, I like Mexican cornbread too.
Mashed potatoes. Frito pie.
Tuna salad. Hot dogs.
Frito pie. We used to get those at the Sonic.
We hadn't had one of those in years.
Oh man, they're so good.
We just don't eat out very often.
Uh-oh. Hugo's having SOS tonight.
Uh-oh, we know what that is.
Mm-hmm. So what's the protein on yours? That's what I gotta know. What's the meat?
We gotta know what your meat is on the SOS.
Just curious.
It can be lots of different things. So what?
For what we learned.
We didn't know that. I thought it was only tuna.
Which seems to be extremely odd and rare.
It does. They're like, tuna, yeah.
We thought it was normal.
I did think it was normal.
We certainly thought that was normal. We were the outliers on that for sure.
Oh, fried taters and salmon patties from Diane. Last time I went, did they?
Goulash.
I'm waiting on them to answer.
I'll watch for it. You go on top.
Mary Carl and I stopped at a meat and three recently that didn't. I'm not gonna say anything about where it was, or it wasn't here. It wasn't up to par. But they had salmon croquettes, and I'm saying salmon because that's how we say it. Salmon croquettes, and I asked them if they had syrup to go with it. And she looked at me a little crazy and said, "No, ma'am, we don't have any syrup." And I said, "Okay, I'm not getting the salmon patties. I'll get the turkey and dressing instead." But I was disappointed. You know, once you've had Main Street, nothing really compares. Main Street's so good.
It is good. It is good.
Well,
they never said
they didn't. They must be going to prepare it.
It must be. Well, I was curious to know.
I was curious to know too. Probably is chipped beef, if I had to guess. That seems to be the go-to.
Somebody was asking about Lodge cast iron. Lodge cast iron is good cast iron.
Yes.
That's about all I can. I'm not a cast iron expert, honestly. I just got into it. There's a bunch of pages or groups on Facebook that'll help you out on that kind of thing.
But wouldn't you say that Lodge is a lot better because it's American made?
Yes. Compared to others, yes. Now these are old. When you see Griswold, Wagner are unmarked, and
you can't buy that new again.
These are old. These are early 1900s or older. So,
Jason, we're gonna have to have hamburger in SOS because
that's what most people do.
Well, you don't like tuna that much. I mean,
I'm not a big.
What is chipped beef anyway?
That's the other one. It's either hamburger or chipped beef.
Is chipped beef and hamburger the same thing? I don't know what chipped beef is.
Yeah.
It is?
I don't know. So I hope so. I'm hoping somebody tells us what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if it
I
is
don't
or
know.
not. It would make sense.
No, it's different.
Okay.
Mr. Danny said it is different.
Okay. Dried chipped beef. I have never.
Cast Iron Kevin is a good channel, and so is Cast Iron Mike too. Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Jason.
It comes in a jar. Chipped beef comes in a jar.
jar. What aisle is it on? Is it like by the tuna?
So Vicky, SOS is a
military meal
so,
back from the Vietnam War.
And I think it was
no, it wasn't Vietnam.
No, it was before that. So it was a meal that was prepared because it was very inexpensive to make. So it's a cheap meal, and the S is a vulgar word that we're not going to say here on
stuff
on a shingle. And
stuff on a shingle.
The shingle is your piece of toast.
Yeah,
that you would cook.
That's right. You can Google it and find out what it was used to be called.
It'll come up.
Yep. I was thinking about something the other day, and I don't know if I ever even said this, but when my mama made it, she cut up boiled eggs and put it in it.
And also didn't have English peas.
The English peas.
Yeah.
She used English peas, a white sauce, tuna.
World War I. That's what.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna say World War II.
I'm sorry, I was way off.
Yeah, you were way off.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Way off.
I knew better, but my mind wasn't right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stuff on a shingle. That's right.
Yep.
And I really like it. It makes me want it, but I want this beef stew first.
Yeah, we gotta do something. We gotta do either this chipped beef or corned beef or just beef, because that's what everybody seems to do. I
gotta figure out where you get this chipped beef. I mean, what aisle is it on? Can I go to my Walmart and put in chipped beef? Let's just see.
Bet Publix would have had it.
Well, I can't do a Publix pickup.
They had SOS over mashed potatoes. That would be good too.
Chipped beef. Let's see what comes
up. Not with the tuna though. The tuna one I can't see on mashed potatoes.
All right, y'all. So I put in my grocery store for a pickup chipped beef. They don't have any chipped beef. I think it's not a southern thing.
Yeah, it may be a regional thing.
It don't come up under chipped beef.
Yeah, because there's something somebody said that they couldn't find, but we have it here quite regular. I can't remember what that was, and vice versa. But yeah.
Y'all see, they're saying it's dried.
Cream chip beef.
Dried beef. So I put in dried beef. Oh my goodness, we gotta go.
She is totally bored down there.
Dried beef. No. Jack Link's jerky. Chomps.
Jason. There it is. Chip beef 6-pack.
That's for shipping. This is for pickup, though.
Dried beef.
Is this it?
Yep, sliced dried beef when I put in chipped beef. That's got to be it.
That's it?
Yes, dried beef.
That's it. Okay.
Beef in a jar.
I'm adding it to the cart. I'm getting that on our next pickup. Okay.
Done.
So I just need one jar, right? Just one jar in a recipe of SOS. And do I need to add this to it? Is this already cooked? Oh, somebody tell me if it's...
Usually I look the recipe up.
Well, I don't know if way back then if they had chipped beef in a jar. Read the ingredients, said Magic Mike. Magic Mike, go cook on your grill.
That's right.
All right, y'all. We will be back here on Saturday at 8:00. That's the plan. Always let you guys know if it's not. Check, posting.
2 jars, Brooke.
2 jars.
And it's ready to use.
I better put 2 in the cart. So
make a gravy and add the beef. It's already cooked.
All right, white sauce is what I'm going to use.
Okay.
All right, got 2 of them in my cart. Done. We'll make that and we'll see what y'all.
Fun video coming out tomorrow. Fun video. It's going to be a longer one too for the people that like long videos. I got a feeling I'm not done with it yet, but my gut tells me this one's going to be a 30-minute. So for those that like the longer videos, it will be, and it'll be a break for the people that don't like the tractor videos.
So if our power goes out, our generator will kick in, and you'll be able to finish the video.
Yep.
Come what may.
Yep.
And y'all just stay safe tonight, wherever you are.
Absolutely.
And go watch Nick and Zoe's video.
Yes.
and smile while doing so.
That's right.
I'm so happy I could just go watch it.
That's right.
That's right.
Y'all be good and do stay safe. Y'all
Buckle down.
Buckle down.
Blizzard, whatever's coming your way.
Yeah.